101.9 Northwest FM. You're on CarTorque with Matty J. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Not that you need one day to show love to somebody, but you should show love to people every day. We don't really talk much about love on this show, but us car guys, we show love in different ways. We show love to our cars. And it's kind of embarrassing. So, I'm joining the studio tonight with James from Establish. How you going?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
And Alan, as always, our WRX guy and local, Subaru expert.
I wouldn't call myself an expert yet.
Getting there, you're getting there.
Getting there slowly.
So, welcome to the show, guys, again tonight. Valentine's Day for car guys. So, I don't know about you guys, but I got a stupid picture on my Instagram of me proposing to my car with a new wheel that I was gonna, and she said yes. So I've been seeing a lot of funny car-related memes today on Facebook and all that. I'm sure you guys have seen them. James was showing me before a picture of a guy in an RX-8.
It was really good. Mr. Huey Lee.
He was having dinner with his car. His car was on the other side of the table and
drinking oil.
But it is a rotor, so it will tend to drink. What about you, Alan? Any date planned for you and the WRX?
Well, I'll maybe get a fresh tank of fuel. You know, some nice 98 from maybe BP or 7-Eleven.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the good stuff.
The good stuff, yeah.
Well, I technically gave the car the present on Sunday. You know?
Yes.
So it was a nice Cobb cold air intake.
Cobb cold air intake.
And it was more expensive than I wanted to pay, I guess. All up, including shipping, it cost me $465.
That's okay.
But yes, so $80 of that was shipping. Luckily, it got here within like 4 days, I think.
Oh, wow. Where's it from the States?
Yeah, from the States, from Austin.
Wow, there you go.
And
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, yeah. Got it pretty quick, and I was a bit lazy. I did take about a week to put it on, but I ended up just going at it. And as I said before, the car sounds almost comically like turbo. Because
you can hear that spool?
Yeah, you can hear the spool, you hear the whoosh, even if you're driving normally.
That's
like if it's a cold day, like when I installed it, it was a Sunday, so it was pretty cool. When I went out for the drive, it was just like whoosh, whoosh every single shift, and I was like, I'm driving normally here. So once you do get into it, then it gets a real nice, like getting pulled over kind of whoosh. So I personally, I giggle like a schoolgirl whenever I hear it, and I probably will continue to do that. So for me, it's perfect. I'm absolutely just completely over the moon with it.
Yep.
I'm sure the car's over the moon with it as well. You know,
Yep.
We have a lovely relationship. And if somebody else had the car, I don't know, maybe they'd get annoyed with it. Luckily, I'm the one driving it around most of the time. I don't think I'll have an issue.
No.
Hopefully, I don't get pulled over, and if I do, it shouldn't be an issue.
No, well, you're allowed one air mod anyway, so...
Yeah, so since the what do they call it, intercooler is stock, and even if I do change it, it'll probably look stock anyway.
Yeah.
Unless it's a massive front mount.
No, you have to have a VL turbo spec front mount, like
just hanging off,
hanging underneath the car,
do that.
and scraping on anything and everything. But yeah, so you notice any increase in power, or was it was just more noise until you get it tuned?
It's definitely more on the noise side. The car just overall, it might be placebo. It just seems to just rev a little more happily.
Yep.
But overall, power-wise, I don't think I've noticed anything at all. I didn't expect to. I did it purely for sound, and it may sound stupid to people, but it gives me the biggest smile on my face, and that's why I originally bought a turbo car. I wanted that sound, and now I have it. So,
no, it's good. It's good. You obviously once you get your STI turbo and bigger cooler, then you can get like a Cobb tune as well.
Yeah.
Access port.
They've been thinking about bringing them to the Australian domestic market, so because otherwise you have to use the US tunes and stuff, which may not always work. Like the intake, it wasn't made exactly for the Australian domestic Subarus, so there's a few changes I had to make, a few pushes and nudges and stuff. But
you got there in the end.
Yeah, got there in the end.
Yeah, well, after the show, I'll have to come in and have a listen to it, and have a listen to this, and go from there. What about you, James? Any news on your car front? You taking it out for dinner tonight? You're taking it to the servo?
Other than an ice cube air freshener that I put in recently.
I got one of those, yeah.
It's a thought that counts.
It is a thought that counts.
It smells nice too. Coils are on their way.
You've ordered them?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I should be here soon.
Are they eBay coils or are they like legit
No,
coils?
they're legit coils. 12 kilos front, 10 kilos rear,
Okay.
with respective valving. So they should be nice and sweet.
You're going to get it all corner balanced and everything? Or
100%.
Yeah.
Why not, man?
Definitely do
First
that.
time you put them in, got to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, it'll be rotating tires for nothing.
Exactly right. Definitely do it. Definitely get it squared up real nice. You don't want to have too much negative camber or anything because you'll just chew tires, and two,
Yeah, exactly.
it won't be a nice ride. And you'll find yourself on like the freeway going at 110 k's per hour. It will just dart. Whereas if you're a bit more square in your stance, it'll stay true, even though you won't get that as quick response. Look, we're going to go to a break. Send us a text on 0447777989. That's 0447777989. If you've got any shout-outs, want to give a happy Valentine's Day to your car or to your real special loved one. I will give one to my lovely lady Avini, happily engaged man. So happy Valentine's, my dearest. I know you're listening. We're going to go to a song, one of your favourite songs as well, to my partner. It's Insatiable by Darren Hayes. So this is 98.9 Northwest FM. You're on CarTorque with Matty J. 98.9 Northwest FM. You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. Send us a text in on 0447777989. That's 0447777989. If you've got anything you wanted to talk about, or you got any things of what we want to say about on the show tonight, or if you just want to give a dedication to your car, like Alan wants to give a dedication to his, what year is your car?
So 03.
Yeah, my name is Alan. I'm calling up. I'd love to give a dedication to my 2003 Subaru WRX with now a cold air intake. Yeah. And James would be the same with. I'd love to get a happy Valentine's Day to my 2007, isn't it? 2006 BK Mazda 3 MPS. I love you, baby. Jeez, I could go on and on and on, but yeah, no. So, engine swaps. Are we liking them? Do we think they're cool? What engine swaps would you do? So, engine swaps have been happening since like the dawn of the automotive industry. It was kind of big with hot rodders back in the day, like when they just put a bigger engine in their standard car, or especially in I think in America when NASCAR was starting to really arise from the moonshine runners. They used to put bigger engines in their cars and then run away from the cops. It was all about chucking something massive in there, getting good power. And
It sounds like the Hennessy way.
yeah, well, pretty much. Yeah, they just chuck anything that's pretty big. But now they're big on turbos or big on really anything forced induction. LS swaps are usually kind of like the main swap that we see these days because one, an LS motor is cheap. Two, it's very well packaged. It's not a big engine. Three, it's light, being alloy. And four, they make great power. So we see LS swapped RX-7s or LS swapped RX-8s. I've seen
Miatas.
Miatas or MX-5s as they're called here as well. I don't think I've seen anything that has any. I think I saw a GTR with an LS motor. I don't know if it was for SH1Ts and giggles, but it was done. But I've also seen like other engine swaps, like hashtag Barra the World, with people putting Barra engines in pretty much anything. I've seen a Barra GDR and other Skylines and a Barra VL Turbo. So we'll do engine swaps. What's the craziest one you guys have seen? I know I've seen. I'll put the craziest one I've seen out there. Was I saw an 86 with a 458 Ferrari V8 in it.
What?
Yeah, out of a Ferrari 458. Yeah, it's insane. I don't know why. Because maybe hashtag 86 pride and teammate 6. But
Was the engine stolen? Because
no, I'm pretty sure they took it out of like a perfectly fine car. So I don't know why. Don't even ask me. I was as mystified as you are. But it was the swap was it was like a real hack swap. Like they've. I'll show you guys a picture afterwards. But the way they've done it is the Ferrari's intake plenum on the top. It sits really high. Instead of like fabricating a different plenum, they've kept the same plenum, and they've just cut into the glass on the car. So now and into the firewall. So it's just got like two big round hoops in the firewall of the car where the glass and firewall meet. So, just to fit the intake funnel.
You can really hear the air.
It's all for that all engine goodness, but yeah, it looked hack, but it went good. I don't know if I'd spend the money on doing that.
Because it gets to the point of, okay, so you've taken this engine out of the fine 458.
Yeah.
So clearly you've paid good money for
I'm
this.
pretty sure it was a 458. I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah.
So at what point do you say, all right, I've run out of money, we're just going to have to cut, the windscreen and the firewall. If you're spending that much money in the first place, you might as well spend the extra $2,000.
Why would you buy the 8.6 though?
I don't-
You can't always, get the logic of people doing what they want to do. Some, maybe they just love the 8.6 and they wanted it to have.
because the 8.6 is the in car at the moment. 8.6 is in golf, so like as we saw with the Melbourne car scene, so
100%.
it's the pretty much the world car scene. But yeah, like I get what you're saying. You just spend the extra bit of coin. During the next time, I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll talk about it after it. But yeah, it's an interesting swap. I've also seen like an LS powered Lamborghini that's at the drags. It's like a 9 or 8 second car. The night I raced the laser at Quarter Park for a laugh.
Yeah.
It was there. It's an old Jalpa, Lamborghini Jalpa, and it's got a twin turbo LS V8 with like NOS. It's
I saw that car.
yeah, you remember
Yeah,
it?
video of it.
Yeah. It's insane, and like, okay, it's an old Italian sports car, and it's going to be super duper unreliable. Chuck an LS motor in it, make it reliable. So,
Junkyard parts.
yeah, pretty much just any old Holden Commodore that's been wrapped around a pole or something. Just take the running gear out of that. But yeah, and that thing was pulling like 8 or 9 second quarter mile passes. It was it's pretty insane. James, have you seen any crazy swaps?
Just following on the topic of 8.6s, I know that up in Sydney, I believe, WTF 8.6, the 8.6 for Street Effects,
Okay, yeah.
is getting a VQ38 out of a GDR,
Yeah.
so 35 GDR swap.
Are they VR or VQ 38?
It must be VR,
VR,
my
yeah.
bad.
That's right.
VR38, the ETT, something like
Yeah.
that. What else? The W12 Golf.
Oh, yeah, I remember that car. They had it on Top Gear.
Takes the whole back seats and boot space.
Do you remember that car?
No, but that just sounds dangerous.
Well, it was. It was on an old episode of Top Gear, and VW do like a thing for like golf. They have like a golf festival every year in the UK. So VW kind of make like a special car, and they kind of like got to the last minute like, crap, what the hell do we do? So I believe it was a Bentley W. It was like because VW Bentley, they're all in bed together in the same company. They took was it a W12? Yeah, it was a
W12, yeah.
W12 out of that and put in the rear of a VW Golf.
And it wasn't even like a new Golf. It was like a Mark IV.
But it
like
was
the
new.
old
It was like
school
brand new
R32.
at the time.
At
yeah.
the time, it was new, like 04, 05. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And they put it in, and it was just stupidly fast. But because they just put the engine in, and they didn't really refine the chassis or anything, it was a mess to drive. So I remember Jeremy Clouds to say that this is scary. So when a car's scary, you know it's good, and the engine swaps worked. But yeah, I do remember that car.
Yeah. Saw on car sales once, a Miata, and I was surprised at why he was asking $25,000 for it. It was like from 1990. Doing a bit of reading, 13B turbo rotary
That's pretty cool.
in a Miata. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. You see a lot of rotary. Actually, believe it or not, rotary swaps are more popular than people believe because everyone thinks that rotary are Apex seals.
Yeah.
They're just Ellis swap it.
There's 323 rotary swaps.
There's 323 rotary swaps. The old 323s with the rear wheel drive. They pull in 8 and 9 second passes with these 13Bs, and it's pretty impressive. Considering these cars were like buckets.
60 kilowatts.
60 kilowatts, if that.
What else is there? Like when I went to Sydney Fitted Friday once, I seen this is what's inspiring me at the moment. It's a 2J swapped Merc.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. So that's what's boggling me at the moment. If the car guys want to send in a text, what is it?
0447777 That's 0447777
Basically, should we do it? A friend of mine has a 190E Mercedes. just missing a motor. I mean, the box is there, but it's probably gone. And the interior is complete. The best part about it is on the back, apparently, it says Greenpeace save the world. So I was thinking of putting a massive diesel in there. But yeah, maybe the 2J out of an Aristo would come in handy.
I reckon a 2J out of an Aristo, because you'd be able to keep all the automatic like infrastructure. That's because the car's can't be an automatic.
Yeah.
I reckon that'd be a great spot. I've seen 2J swap Mercs before.
It's been done. I've been looking on the internet. The engine mount kits and tranny mount kits inexpensive, like $300 out of the US.
Yeah.
So
if
something.
Yeah, and there's tons of Aristos, not tons, but there's a fair few Aristos around, and I'm pretty sure, like, I found some beat ones up for, like, nothing.
Yeah. Motor's almost bulletproof too, so...
Yeah, 2J. Yeah, well, 2J, no, you know what I'm going to say next. But yeah, I saw, if you guys are on YouTube, definitely check out, there's a Mercedes with the 2J in it, and this thing's got, like, the exhaust just coming straight out of the side of the quarter panel, like it's just right there. You just see it spitting flames and just like pinging off red light and going, just drive, chucking hoops and stuff. But I reckon that'd be a cool swap. What do you think about that, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine the car's old anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As you said, it's got no engine, so I could see that swap working. I'd appreciate it, like seeing that kind of thing done. It doesn't seem as stupid as some of the other things we mentioned earlier.
Well, yeah, like not as stupid as a Ferrari engine in '96. But yeah, I'd definitely consider it. And you know what? Would it even be with similar infrastructure? I know I'm getting on the Ford wagon here, though, but
I was looking at X6 Barra Turbos.
Barra Turbos, they're a cheap alternative, and you can get like looms and stuff.
Can you buy half cuts of a Barra, like a Barra Turbo, or most wreckers try to sell it?
You probably able to buy it. I wouldn't see why not. I wouldn't see why not.
You can always hit up Pickles.
Yeah, like Pickles, like dude, there's always like wrecked ones around. Yeah. So Hectic's trying to with the cap put backwards, going sideways. But yeah, dude, I saw like a Barra Turbo with the turbo and a T56.
Oh well.
You know, like the
top loader.
Yeah, the 6-speed manual.
Oh, 6-speed manual.
And
right.
they, I think it was like $4,000 with loom.
Wow.
And like that's like everything. You just plug it in, and it had a computer, loom. Even came with the cluster as well. So you can make that work. But yeah, it was all there.
That's cheap, man.
I saw recently there was an F6 motor, Typhoon motor, like the same as mine. It's on eBay at the moment with the running gear. I'm not sure if it was the auto or the manual. I know that was like $5 and a bit grand, and that's with the loom and everything. So it's definitely doable. You know, 2Js tend to hold a bit more price. Which look, a 2J is a 2J. 2Js are freaking awesome. Yeah. But you know, if push comes to same market, you know what I mean? So
I was looking at RBs and RB26s, but RB26 are almost untouchable.
No, you
especially
forget about it.
Transmissions to suit. You blow your budget out of the water with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So either 2J or Barra Turbo, man.
Yeah. On the pricey side of things, you're going to go for like either the Barra or the 2J. It's funny how like anything RB related just like through the roof. Like RB26 is just shut the gates. You're not going to get you're not going to get one. But I reckon that's the case because the states have just been allowed to like just get 32s now. Because
100%.
And
they're even buying 34s, keeping them in Japan now. Like the price has skyrocketed for them. They're waiting just a few more years until they can get them.
Well, considering 33s are borderline going there, like I'd really love a 33, and it's my favourite Skyline. But I know if I don't get one within the next like 2 years, forget about it.
Yeah, because it's going to be untouchable soon.
Because 32s are just you can't anymore. That's it. And it's a shame because most the people that had 32s here years ago and stuff like that, a lot of them were just caned. And now seeing what they're going for, like over $100,000 in the States, you'd be kind of not happy with yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
But I was watching I was watching Facebook. It was a video on Facebook Live. I think it was from Seven Tune or one of those guys. He went to a Japan auction, and he was just going through through the car park with the lots in there, and the amount of 34 GDRs that were just sitting there.
Yeah,
was just insane, James. Like, it was. I'm like far out. Like they had NURs.
They're running out, too.
You think, but you have to remember that there was a lot of them made. Like there was like I probably saw 50 there in that short video. They were just getting auctioned that day. But to me, like there was some other cooler cars in the 34 GDR there. But people are selling them now because these were cars to be put through the auction. People are saying let's get rid of them now because the market's just going stupid for them, or people are keeping them until the Americans especially can get 34s.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that they're getting all the engines and stuff already for them, and that's why engine prices for especially for RB engines are just skyrocketing. The market's really changing.
Yeah. But I think they always, because the engine's like, it's not as big of a deal as the whole car. I think it was on Jay Lerner's Garage, a group, they brought it was either a 240Z, and that had an RB26, but for some reason they took out the turbo.
Was it a 240Z?
Yeah,
a white one, right?
Yeah.
You know Sun Kang, the actor from Fast and Furious?
He built it.
Yeah, he built it. He built it with
a few of his friends.
Yeah. And that was like a ground-up build. It was a really cool build. He went NA, so it was
ITBs.
ITBs. He went a high compression engine, so like it'll just rev and rev and rev and rev. I can see why he didn't put the turbos because the original one didn't have the turbo. Like the original 240s never had turbo, but
the thing is, look, I drive a turbo car, you drive a turbo car, you drive a turbo car.
Yeah.
No, whatever you want to say, the S word. It's fun owning a turbo car, but it's not as fun as owning an NA. Seriously, NAs you can sit there in the red line, even in the street, and you can push it right to the last second. With a turbo car, as soon as you come on boost, man, the thing's gone. You can't do that everywhere.
Well, that's the thing. Like, because I've got one NA, one turbo. Especially with a turbocharged car, you don't get that linear power band, which is where NAs really come alive. Like they rev and rev and rev and rev and rev, and it's just power. Like if you look at it like a dyno sheet of a NA, it's perfectly almost perfectly up. Whereas a turbo would be nothing, bang, nothing that boost, and you'd have like.
And that's what I sort of mean. As soon as you you're going for it. You don't have to be racing someone or anything. You could just be leisurely driving, but you're going for it. As soon as you put your foot down, the power's there. There's no fun getting to the power.
Well, you can kind of say the same thing about supercharged engines as well, because the power is very linear. But I can see why people like S2000s and Hondas so much because of that power.
I'd like to say, because I was hoping you'd mention the S2000. I happened to ride shotgun with my friend Bill in his S2000, and maybe it was because it was old and maybe a little low on power. I'm confident in saying my Rex is faster.
Yeah, I wouldn't
doubt it.
Yeah.
And technically, he has more kilowatts, even though it's just a few.
Yeah.
But we both had a bit of a spirited drive in the same area.
Yeah.
We took each other for the spirited drive in areas where he was pretty much flooring it, and he was doing, say, 90 k's. Allegedly, I could have possibly been at 120 in that same amount of time and space.
Were you in Mexico at the time?
Mexico, yeah.
It was filmed in Mexico, and camera angles were made to look like it's more speed than it really is. It is something like that. But yeah.
Top gear tricks.
Top gear tricks, yeah.
So it's when we went for the drive in it, he had to throw it into first while we were doing 30 k's an hour.
Wow.
And then finally the VTEC came on. It still felt very there was a lot of noise and a whole lot of nothing else, really.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have to take it to his red line, as you said, all the way up to get to those final kilowatts, I don't know. Coming from the turbo car, I appreciate just that big boost.
That rush of torque.
Yeah, once you're there at 3,000 RPM, you're flying out.
Yeah, so I've had this conversation with a guy, an old mate of mine. He had I think it was an M3. And they rev really high, they rev hard, but they're quite linear. They're not as what's the word? Not as
peaky.
Peaky as a VTEC engine, nothing VTEC. But they still got the same sort of build, and I can see why NA people love NAs because you get that rush of not rush, but you get that linear power, and you feel like you can be on. It's more controlling. I'd say than your average turbocharged car, because sometimes turbo cars when they come on boost they can just be a bit snappy. I know, especially with the F6 when you go for a spirited drive in Mexico, under filming conditions. I know, especially coming out of a corner when you're you have to plan ahead because you have to say, okay, if I put my foot down here, and I'll know I'm about 30 meters off coming on boost. So if I put my foot down, wait, I can get around the corner and boost comes. But sometimes you might put it a bit earlier and you might get a bit of snap oversteer. Whereas in an NA car, you can just put your foot down and go all the way to red line again. But yeah, it's interesting you said that. I've never been in an S2000. Like, I've seen them. I feel my friends have had them. Are they really like? Did you get that rush at the end?
Was the roof down?
Yeah, the roof is down.
Okay.
I did get a rush at the end, but as I said,
First of all, the bigger question is, what's the Mexican air like? Is it different from the Australian air?
it tastes a bit like what's the word I want to call it?
There's like tacos and stuff.
Yeah.
What? Oh, anyway, yeah, go. Sorry.
Like overall, there was that rush at the end, but still, there was more of a sense of speed than there really was what was going on.
Yeah.
Because I was also looking at his speedo, just seeing how fast we were actually going. The sense of speed was higher than, especially with the roof down.
It felt faster than it was.
Yeah. Which one can argue very well that the sense of speed is actually very important as well, almost more important than what you're actually doing, because if you're having fun, who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're going 60, 70, 150, as long as you're having fun,
That's exactly
which is an important thing. But I don't know. I guess it's not my thing.
Yeah.
I've got a taste for the boost.
Taste for the boost.
And to take me off it, I think you got to give me a V8 or something.
Yeah, well, a V8 like a proper big displacement V8, and I mean that's why people love LS motors because they're into that linear power band, but they got torque down low, so you're not waiting for the peak power up high, so you can just go bang, you plant your foot and you've got power there. Well, we'll continue this right after this break. We've got to go to a short break. Send your text in on 044777 989. That's 044777 989. We're going to a song by Dusty called Ingrid is a Hybrid. So we'll see you back right after this. That's right, we are your local station. This is 98.9 Northwest FM. You're back on Car Talk with Matty J. Still in the studio with Alan and James. We are talking engine swaps, and we're talking all things kind of NA and turbo. I guess we've kind of moved on to that.
Can't forget VTEC.
Can't forget that VTEC kicking in, or in Jesse's case, Too Soon Junior, and he couldn't stop because he didn't have brake calipers on his car.
He went to the car wash.
He went to the car wash.
Pull down the brakes, man.
We're talking during the break. I showed you guys that 86 with the 458 engine. What was your take on it? Unnecessary?
Unnecessary. Incredibly unnecessary, but
I don't really like it.
yeah.
It's kind of a bit off, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah, I'm guessing they put
I think it's too light to be in there.
Well, if the car was stripped, obviously, it's built like it's pretty much built as a race car now, I think. So
it's like sitting up there in the red line.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's probably not a swap for me. But if I was to have my dream swap, I don't know. I'd probably have the Lexus LFA engine in something, because that engine is just incredible. That V10 there.
In a Mini.
In a Mini.
Why would you swap it? Just get the LFA in.
If I couldn't get an LFA, but I could still get an engine, I'd be like, okay, what could I put it in? In a Mini sounds like a good idea, but it sounds like death. It's an instant you probably get around the corner and the Mini would just fall apart. I don't know. I reckon an S2K would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that could work.
It'd probably fit too.
It'd probably fit because it's not a huge V10.
I've seen them do like a massive the twin turbo LS1 swaps.
Yeah,
so if that can fit, I'm pretty sure you can mock something.
I'm pretty sure you can mock something, and the engine's really far back on an S2K as well. I think it's all done for the weight distribution, but I guess putting a V10 in there would kind of disregard all that.
Come to think of it, there's a lot of space on the S2000 because they have a massive airbox designed to apparently, cyclone in air.
Just chuck a potty on, mate. Just chuck a potty on.
They got their own versions, the cone stuff. They're like, we're thinking ahead of you.
We're thinking miles ahead. We're thinking miles ahead. But yeah, Monte Carlo just doing an engine swap at the moment. If you're following up on them.
Yeah, on the Mini. Yeah, it's a VTEC Mini now.
It's a
you better respect that.
Hashtag V10.
Is it a B20 or K20?
No, it's a B16.
Yeah, B16.
B16. Yeah, out of a I think it was an EK Type R Civic. They went good. They revved really hard, but I don't know, man. I'm not really happy with that swap. like I love Monte Carlo. Don't get me wrong. I watch everything they do, but like they put a supercharger in the Mini previously on the original A series engine, and I thought that was dope. I'm like it's like original using newer Mini parts.
Yeah.
I can look. It's a Mini that's not supposed to have power. It's supposed to be like it's all about the driving.
How about that Beetle they did with the WRX motor? So.
Yeah, well, it's the same kind of principle, but like that I didn't mind because it's still kind of like a boxer engine.
Yeah.
But this, on the other hand, I don't like it. I don't know. It just like I'm trying to like it because I like all the Monte Carlo stuff. But well, yeah, big shout out to Marty and Moog. But I don't know. It just kind of took away from the originality of the Mini. Like I think there's like some cars that you wouldn't like do that to. I know it's been done. I've seen like VTEC's been put in in other Minis before. But like they had it so right with the supercharger and the little original original engine in it, and being that I think that car was like a limited edition as well. Like there was for that it was like a run out towards the end of the life of the Mini. Kind of like was a bit hard to see them, and then they were hacking out the interior engine parts, engine what was it the stuff the original frame, they're hacking at the frame. It kind of turned me off that swap because they've done some other great swaps, but this one I'm just not into. I don't know if you've seen it, Alan, but
I have been watching. I think there's 2 episodes out so far.
Yeah, 2 episodes out.
Seems interesting. I'm at least happy that they didn't go for like a mega power route because it's just going to be like one of my neighbors who was trying to sell me his Nissan Micra. I think it was not Micra. Sorry, it was
Pulsar.
Yes, Pulsar. Old school Pulsar with an SR20 that was tuned to 190 kilowatts at the front wheels.
Was it a turbo?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
was it a GDIR or a Triple S? Was that at the front wheels or was it
all-wheel drive?
No, it was front-wheel drive.
Yeah, it'd be probably a Triple S with that.
Yeah, Triple S, I think.
GDIR spot.
And it was literally blowing the wheels off and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, there's one more gear left. Like, where are we going with this?
You can't use it. You can't do anything.
I'm pretty happy that I didn't buy it. He had a reasonable price. I think he wanted $5 or $6 grand.
That's pretty cheap.
And he was going to provide a roadway. There was an engineering certificate, so it wasn't like a hack job.
Okay, yeah.
It was done well, but it's the fact that it couldn't keep traction in fourth.
Yeah. Now look. Sorry.
That's not even wet.
Yeah, it's in the dry in 45-degree heat. Out of all the swaps I could have done, probably the VTEC is okay. Like that's it's a smaller engine and you're going to get that linear power up until like.
Why don't they get one of those Toyota, those little motors? What are they called? The ones they run in Lotuses?
Well, they're out of a Corolla. They're all the Celica. Yeah, the 1.8. With the lift.
Those things hammer, man.
They had like 141 kilowatts from factory, which is quite a lot of power for an NA 1.8 liter.
I think it had the most power for 1.8 NA. Like a 4-cylinder NA.
It might have of the time. I'm not too sure if it still holds the record today. But yeah, they went good. They went good, and they've been put in Elises and Exiges and stuff, but supercharged, which is even better. Like they could have done that, but I wouldn't have minded seeing maybe like I don't know. I was thinking this the other day. I'm like, what other motors could they put in? Could they put in a newer Mini engine, but that's a BMW engine and it's
Hayabusa.
Yeah, I reckon a
That's a cool
Hayabusa
swap.
would have been a mad swap.
And they sound excellent too.
Oh yeah, and they just rev to like a bazillion RPM, and they're small, and like you wouldn't have had to like hack out all the the engine parts, like those are the inner body parts of the car.
How much power would they have gotten out of that?
Quite a lot. They make a lot of power from.
And they rev to like 14,000 or something.
Yeah, they make a lot of power out of factory. Like I saw a smart car with a Hayabusa engine, and this thing was insane. It was like lifting off the ground.
Probably can't even use first gear in that.
Blowing the tires off first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. But yeah, I reckon that would have been a 6 swap. I don't know about you guys. I reckon that would have been a great swap. Look, we got to move on. It's quiz time. Dun dun dun.
Very cool.
Who's in? We'll get to the recalls in a sec. But who wants to do the quiz today?
I think James does because
I did it 2 weeks ago, man. It's your turn.
Did he? Yeah, he did. I think it is your turn.
All right, fine.
Look, if you guys want to work together, you can.
All right.
I can make this like I can put your score together.
All right. Cool. We'll partner up.
We'll see what we can do.
So, okay. Actually, I shouldn't have said this. They're probably going to get 10 now. But this is the famous
I'm
car.
happy to share
We're going
that.
to fail harder.
Famous CarTorque car quiz. Question 1. The Nissan GTR currently has what size engine?
3.8.
That's right, never late in the 3.8.
Mentioning it earlier today.
We were actually. And we answered this question as well. What is the engine code for the GTR?
No. That's VR38 DETT.
Damn it.
VR38 DETT.
That's right. And you lied earlier. Because when you said
I corrected myself then.
No.
I corrected everybody.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
I'm the car guru here. Question 3. The Kia Stinger is said to have how many kilowatts in the top spec V6 turbo motor?
Skip it if you want.
You can pass. You can come back to it.
Alright, we'll come back.
Is that a unanimous pass?
Yeah, unanimous.
unanimous.
Okay. All right. Question 4. What other engine is available with the Stinger? So they offer a V6 now for another engine.
It's probably like an EcoBoost or something.
Yeah, some kind of 4-cylinder.
It is a 4-cylinder. I'll pay that. 4-cylinder turbo as well, believe it or not.
Would that be the same 4-cylinder turbo that they're rocking in the...
Optima. Kia Optima.
Okay.
Optima GT, yeah.
It's got a battery. It has a motor too.
the 150 kilowatt one, isn't it?
Yeah, they got quite a bit of go actually. Question 5. True or false? The FG Falcon Turbo in XR6 Turbo and G6E Turbo trim had a smaller turbo than the previous XR6 Turbo BA and BF models.
That's true.
They did have a smaller turbo.
Spool a bit faster.
They do. Question 6. The original Golf GTI came out with what size engine?
1.8 Mark 4.
1.8 in the original one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Jeez, you guys are doing pretty well. Question 7. The original Auto Bianchi A112 came out in which decade? James loves these cars, and if you get this wrong, I'm going to walk out.
Looks perfect.
Pretty sure it was the 70s.
Pretty sure?
Pretty sure.
You're wrong, mate. It's the 60s.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
I'm done. James from Man vs. Movies is here stepping in, and he's going to take over the show. I'm going to walk out. He's going to finish the
The
quiz.
official ones, the ones that won the rally were in the 70s.
They were, but they started.
Oh,
they started in
started.
the 60s.
No
It was
You
late
failed me,
60s.
James. You failed me.
Question 8. What was the last Mazda to carry the MPS badge? You should know this, James. You're the MPS guru here.
You talking 3s or 6s?
3.
BL.
It was the BL. Question 9. The Mazda 3 BL MPS had a unique boost gauge. Where was its location?
It's in the TAC.
Yeah, it's in the center of the cluster.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I will give you that one.
I feel like I'm getting quizzed.
Come on, Alan. What's going on,
I
mate?
answered a few questions.
Saab had a Subaru copy. What was it called?
The 92 Aero X or something.
92X. Yeah, I'll pay that.
See? I'm helping. I
Okay,
think.
back to the question that you guys seem to have trouble with. The Kia Stinger is said to have had how many kilowatts in the top spec V6 turbo version?
I'd like to say...
Can you tell us how much the 4-cylinder had?
It was 150.
Oh, yeah, I was about
So I'd like to say 273. But
oh my god!
but
Wait. I was gonna. James, come over for a sec.
I'd like to say that. I haven't
That
said
is the answer there.
Oh, come on. You gotta give him that.
Do I? Do I?
At least half a point.
Oh,
What's the answer, smartass?
272.
I want to see their Facebook ad. I want to see their Facebook ad because that has been just running me in the face this entire time. If they're lying about 1 kilowatt,
Well, look, we're going to go to a break. We will discuss the final score after this. You're back on 98.9 Northwest FM. That was Justice with Alakazam. Really cool funky track, that one. I like that one. During the break, we had a bit of a debate. It is 272, the claimed output of the Kia Stinger V6 Turbo. Now,
What if we use octane booster?
Or it's like a really cold day, right?
It's a really, look,
sucking a little more air.
a little more air. You know, I like to give it to you, but you're going to equal the top score with Luke on 8 out of 10. Would you guys be happy equaling the score?
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Equaling the top score.
Yeah, all right.
I'll be happy to give you guys 8 out of 10.
It's a good team effort.
It's a good team
we
effort.
could have got 9, but, you know, my dad told me that they came out in the 70s.
You could have got 9, mate.
1969.
Could have got 9.
I'm still going to keep looking on my Facebook on the PC. If I see that 3, I'm taking a picture, and we're amending this.
And you can put it to the Facebook page, and we will amend the score. I'll be happy to amend it. I would be happy to amend it, but according to Kia's actual claim, is 272. Look, that is pretty much all we have time for tonight. If you guys got any shout-outs to any special loved ones, I know it's your cars, but to anyone else for Valentine's Day?
Give a shout out to Jade. 4.5 years strong. Going good.
I'm a single man, so if any of the single ladies out there, you know,
Send
want to
us a
be my
text
Valentine,
Send us a text on 0447777 The number is love for alum. Now, thanks again for coming on the show, guys.
well,
Thanks for having us. Awesome.
Glad to have you guys in it. And thanks to James from Man vs. Movies for filling in for a couple of seconds while I was about to walk out the door. He's given a thumbs up in the back of the studio. Keep it locked here on 98.9 Northwest FM. We've got other shows, great shows later on tonight, like Biohacker. On Thursday night, the Thursday Waffle with Fitzy and Dr. Rock, as well as Monday night on For Your Pleasure with Dr. Rock. Also, Tuesday nights is where it's at on 98.9 Northwest FM. Just before me, you heard James with Man vs. Movies. Always talk about movies, latest or the or classics or anything in between. Giving his taste on them. It's always great listening. And us on CarTorque every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. So tune in next week. We will be back. And in the meantime, thanks again, guys, and take it easy.